Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody joining us live this morning, Friday morning, November 11th. We are, 9 days away from the World Cup.
Oh, it's also Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day.
A day away. Happy Veterans Day as well. A day away from Michigan. Michigan State play tomorrow. I believe Michigan hosts Nebraska. Michigan State hosts to Rutgers.
Yes,
and then
sir.
you got the Lions on Sunday on the road in Chicago.
Yep.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Going to be a great weekend, but happy Veterans Day first and foremost. That is awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
Here we are. Fish, good morning, buddy. How
Good
you
morning,
doing?
everybody. I'm alive again, so that's good.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're on camera now.
Yep. I died yesterday, and I came back to life today, so that's good.
Can you give me a backstory on what you're wearing? That feather? I always see you wear it. What is it?
It's the New Zealand sports emblem, basically. Their women's rugby team plays tonight. Big game. It's the final, so I'm hoping they win. So, 1:30 a.m. start, so they're playing England. They're pretty good. But they're at home. New Zealand's at home, so I'm hoping they get a win tonight. And then the All Blacks play on Sunday. Their rugby league team plays tonight, or today. What else? The basketball team lost to your basketball team, by the way. Screw Lebanon. Your team won yesterday by 10.
They got some hoopers in
I was a little disappointed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. You guys were up by 4 with like 40 seconds to go. We just turned the ball over like 5 times. It was absolutely
you suck.
ridiculous.
So does your country. Having said that,
Yeah,
I think if I'm reading the chat correctly, today is 7 years for Darren McCarty
That's huge.
being sober. So
love
shout out
him,
to
man.
Darren. That is amazing.
Yeah,
That
Best
is
teammate,
amazing.
best teammate in
Congratulations.
the history of sports.
He is an
Teammate.
awesome guy. Whatever you think of him on the ice, he's even better off of it. He is one of the more humble people you ever meet. But let's get the show started. Gosh, 2 things I really don't want to talk about. Both sucked last night. Thursday Night Football sucked again. What a surprise. And the Red Wings got pummeled.
Not a good game.
Why didn't they pull Husso, man? He was...
That's
was
Derek
like
Lalonde hasn't really done that.
It was 6'2". They're like, hey, go get him, champ. And he did it.
He's been consistent. He hasn't done it with Nedeljkovic.
Yeah, right. No, that's
So-
fair. It's fair.
Look, the Rangers really just kind of everything they were putting on net would go in. It was a rough.
Same.
That was a tough
It was a
game.
rough. end to
Valino
the game.
and Raymond scored.
Yeah,
Both the goals.
Bergeron. I hope I'm not totally botching his name, but Jonathan Bergeron made his debut last night,
Yeah.
and he assisted actually on the Wings' first goal. So that was his first career point. That was awesome to see. But the Wings got smacked up, and that was just a game you put behind you and move on. So we're gonna leave it there. Gosh, Thursday Night Football, brutal. And the Carolina Panthers that were 2-7 are now 3-7.
The Lions currently have the worst record in the NFC at this very moment. We'll see if they can keep that up. Yeah,
yes.
technically, because they haven't played the Sunday game.
It is. Hey, look.
Playoffs, baby!
Don't do that to me this morning.
they're
The
only
NFC
2.5
is
games
so
out.
bad this year.
I know.
And
it's
we
so
talked
bad.
about it, but I didn't even think it would be this bad. And you know what's funny is at its core, you have some teams that you expected to be in the playoff hunt that just suck. Green Bay, the Rams, the Cardinals. And then there are teams that you expected maybe to be middle of the pack, finish middle of the NFC, but not really contend for anything, but they're doing really well, which is Seattle, the Giants,
Yeah.
the Cowboys,
Yeah.
the Eagles are undefeated. So right now it's looking very interesting out in the NFC.
Yeah, there's only a couple teams in the NFC. I don't even know if I'd say a couple that you could say legitimately, you know what, this team is going to the Super Bowl. Like for me, it's Philly,
Well,
and that's it.
here's where
Maybe
I'm
Minnesota,
at right now.
but still, it's Kirk Cousins. I ain't put my money on that guy.
Well, here's where I'm at right now.
Very thin in the NFC at the top. I'll tell you that.
The problem you have right now is how many quarterbacks do you think go in the top 10 this year? If you were to judge it right now, how many do you think?
How many quarterbacks in the NFC are in the top 10?
How many quarterbacks are going to go in the top 10 this year? In the draft?
Oh, in the draft. Excuse me. I would say 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Yeah, if you want to say.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on 3. Having said that, let's look at some of the teams that need a quarterback. Carolina, Houston,
Yep.
New Orleans and Atlanta. Those are the teams that come to mind right away, and the Indianapolis Colts. We'll see how their season plays out. Right now, the Lions own the second worst record in all of the NFL, tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Las Vegas Raiders. The 7th seed right now in the NFC is the 49ers at 4-4. That's a tough ask, and I doubt the Niners finish the year 4-5 down the stretch. I doubt it. That's going to be a 9-8, 10-win team.
Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
now it's, can the Giants keep their record pace going, right? Can the Cowboys keep what they're doing going? That is the tricky part. So it's really, how do the Giants play down the stretch? So look, as nice it is to have this fairy tale conversation about the Lions only being 2 games out of a wild card spot, it's looking like this year 9 wins is going to be the 7th seed. Do I think the Giants can go 3-6 down the stretch and be a 9-8 team? Yeah, I do. It's not asking much. Same for the Cowboys.
Right.
So it's a tricky situation. But Thursday Night Football, Jeff, continues to suck.
What a great game.
Kyle Pitts, disaster. And I don't even want to blame him. Marcus Mariota is just trash. He has 0 pocket presence. Carolina got after him the whole night. And I'm not sure what to make of Kyle Pitts right now in year 2. It's been really concerning. No, do I think he's a hell of a player? I do, but hell, even the great players, the very good players, even if their teams are brutal, not good at all, they still get theirs. He's not getting his at all. I'm a little concerned about Kyle Pitts. Cordell Patterson came back down to reality last night. And you know what? Steve Wilkins got his 2nd win. First one against the Bucks, 2nd one last night against the Falcons.
Dante
Both
Foreman,
games that
too.
they were underdogs in.
Yeah.
So he's done a hell of a job since Matt Rule's been fired. But your thoughts on the game last night?
Well, I turned it off in the 3rd quarter, so I'll tell you that much. I was not pleased with what I was watching, but overall, I mean, Steve Wilkes, man, you got to give him at least some credit here. I mean, you trade away Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, they have a lot of pieces still on defense, but with P.J. Walker, it's 10 for 16 for 108 yards. Like they pounded the football with Dante Foreman. He had 31 carries for 130 yards. Listen, the Falcons were going to lose eventually. I mean, they're 4-5. I don't think they're a 500 team this year.
4-6 now, I believe.
Now 4-6.
Yep.
They before this game, I mean, 4-5. Now they're 4-6. That was kind of the way it was trending. I still picked the Falcons to win, but it was at Carolina. It's just funny to see, at the same time, the Falcons draft a tight end, top 4th overall. And Kyle Pitts just hasn't been able to put it together. He did put it together his rookie year. He did look pretty good. But again, that was a different quarterback. And they got to figure out who their quarterback is. It's not Desmond Ridder, at least I don't think. I think they're going to be looking at a quarterback this year. But they do have pieces offensively. They really do. So we'll see what they do in the draft. But overall, Carolina wins. And if you're a Lions fan, that's a great thing. Because Carolina was trending towards, and they still are, but they had the number 1 pick. So we'll see how that turns out.
You got Houston right now that now hold the pick.
Yep.
You have the Lions sitting there, I believe, tied for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So I'm not sure where the tiebreaker lands them. But regardless of the point, this is an open season, right? And let's poll in the chat. What do you guys think? Honest to God. Because coming up next, we'll get to the Lions and Bears. Dan Campbell, is he set for his first road win? Can he finally do it? 8:30, we'll talk about Matt Millen and a former scout coming out and saying Millen wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers. But William Clay Ford vetoed it. 8:45, we'll get to college football, Michigan and Michigan State. Top of the hour, we'll revisit the Lions. 9:15, we'll get to MicroMike. A lot of great stuff today. But the poll in the chat this morning is, what do you prefer? 7 and 10 or a top 5 pick? I'm not going to say playoffs. I don't see it happening.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why I should even have that conversation, considering this coach has done nothing to give me the reason to believe in him and his staff and his team and his players that they could finish somehow, some way, 6-3 down the stretch. I very much doubt that, Jeff. I very much doubt
After
that.
starting 1-6.
So We'll get to all of that. 7 and 10, or top 3 pick. Let's do that. A top 3 pick.
A little more enticing.
Where you land either a quarterback or Will Anderson. There you go. Just to make all of you happy. That'll be the poll. We'll take a break. When we get back, Lions and Bears. We got to talk about it. Is Dan Campbell set for his first road win? Jeff and I will tell you why we believe he may just be lined up to get that first long-awaited win. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, tell them or yourself to head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG, and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Bowling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling game. 2 to play for $12, the unlimited open play. Or you can pay $120, get a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it all out. bowlingwarehouse.com.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show. 8:13. Jeff, Lions visit the Chicago Bears. Dan Campbell has yet to win a road game. So the first question I'll ask you. And by the way, Alex, are you asleep? Where's the poll?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did. He did
Kick
want
your
to.
ass.
He did
Anyways,
want to poll earlier.
Chicago Bears. Detroit Fish. Shut the hell up.
I'm trying to work with people here.
Then go do it silently. Mute your mic.
Can I go home now? I got basketball to watch in an hour.
All right.
Love Fish.
Goodness. All right. Dan Campbell. Yet to win a road game.
Yeah.
On the road, going to visit Chicago Bears, who really the last few weeks have been flying on offense. Justin Fields has been a menace, coming off a week where he set and broke Michael Vick's old record. Jeff, he poses a problem. Justin Fields is a threat, and you've seen glimpses of it this year when the Lions play against a quarterback that can move. It hasn't ended well. Just this year. If you could only go on this year. What do they have to do to stop him? Are you going to play the spy? Because Calvin Shepard doesn't believe in it.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't. You got to contain him. You got to, especially with these guys early in the season. You saw against Jalen Hurts, them just fill their gap responsibility. That's something you can't go. You can't go past the quarterback, especially against Justin Fields. Because if you watch last game, Justin can break off for a 60-yard run, for a 60-yard touchdown. He has explosive speed. He's essentially a third-string running back for the Chicago Bears. And not even just what he can do with his legs, but the last 3 games, he has 104.7 passer rating. And more than that, let's go a little deeper. Last 5 games, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Over 400 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. I think he has 600 yards, over 600 yards on the season through 8 games. I mean, clearly he's a threat. It's a big test for this defensive line. And again, week 1, it's Aiden's first game. You don't have Pascal. Again, terrible job what they did trying to contain Jalen. But now we're 8 games in. We'll see how much they've learned, how much they're going to be able to adjust. They are at home. It's at Soldier Field. And Justin Fields, he's a little bigger than Jalen Hurts too. Like physically, he's a little taller, a little stronger. And again, with what the Bears have been doing lately, getting Justin Fields out of the pocket and allowing him kind of scripting up quarterback runs, it's a dangerous offense. Like they're averaging 30 over the last couple games, and it's a big test for these guys. But the biggest thing the Lions have going for them is going into this game truly believing you can win, right? Like compared to earlier in the year, you just came off beating Aaron Rodgers, holding him to 9 points. Yes, they gave up a ton of yards, but they picked him off 3 times, and he played terrible. I think Aaron had a 50 quarterback rating, something like that. That's the confidence that's going to bode well for them heading into Chicago. Now, it is on the road, and if we know historically with Dan Campbell, they have not been able to win on the road. But they have played the Bears close. And it wasn't with Justin Fields. It was with Andy Dalton last year for one of those games. But still, they're going to have to contain Justin Fields and do a good job. Hopefully you get Kirby Joseph to play. That's going to be a big deal. But overall, now with the addition of Chase Claypool, they do have more weapons. Mooney's a threat. Cole Kmet's playing better over the last couple weeks. Say what you want about the Bears, especially at Soldier Field. I've said I think they'll split with the Bears, and I'm not going to give away my score prediction, but they're really going to have to do a good job, an excellent job containing him. And if anything, Aaron Glenn got the game ball last week. We'll see what kind of job they do scheming up something for Justin Fields. I mean, those guys got to be disciplined at him. And that's something we haven't seen a ton of from this defensive line, but discipline is going to be key with Justin Fields. If you over-pursuit, he's going to punish you. Like when I was at the Dolphins game, when they were at 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, whatever it was, Tua did have that threat with his legs, but they were converting these 3rd and longs with Tyreek and with Jalen Waddle. The difference is Justin Fields can do that with his legs. And if you watch the Dallas game, he did that a couple times on 3rd and long. So again, it's not about getting him to 3rd down. It's about getting this offense completely off the field, and we'll see if the Lions can do it. It's a big game for Aaron Glenn. We'll see what he can do.
Here, let's just compare and contrast a little bit, all right? Give me the key differences between Justin Fields and then Tua and Hurts.
I think he's faster, to be honest with you. I think he, 4.4 at the combine, so he's faster.
So he's a better runner.
He's bigger.
Okay. Is he a better thrower of the football?
No, not.
Okay.
I wouldn't say compared to those two quarterbacks.
And that is where I'm just going to draw a hard line in the sand. Make Justin Fields beat you with his arm at home. It's that simple. Don't let him go for 10 and $150, right? Don't let him set up red zone opportunities where they can deceive you and throw 2 touchdowns to Cole Kmet like they did the other week, right? So you have to play this very strategically. You have to allow Fields to get into 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and long situations. And if you're able to do that, you cannot break your containment. You cannot be undisciplined.
No.
Because if you are, he will make you pay for it. And if you're able to keep your discipline, Justin Fields has not shown he can win you a game throwing the ball. Now, I know that is the common knock on most mobile quarterbacks, but Jalen Hurts ripped you apart with A.J. Brown, right?
He did, yeah.
Tua ripped you apart with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. That is a fact. Am I nervous? Should I be scared of Aniquius St. Brown and Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet?
Chase Claypool?
Not
as much as those guys, no.
Not necessarily, no. I think it's a favorable matchup for Detroit. The biggest question mark is, can you stop Justin Fields? Mm-hmm. And Miami didn't. And the teams prior to Miami haven't. And he's been on an absolute tear. But the key difference between Fields and then the group of Tua and Hurts. Tua and Hurts are pass-first quarterbacks. To me, Justin Fields is a run-first quarterback. Designed runs. How are we going to get him out in the open space? And again, attributing to head coaching. You see Brian Daboll doing this with Daniel Jones out in New York. Simplifying the game, right? Getting him out of the pocket, on his feet where Daniel Jones likes to be, and having him make a few decisions. Underneath, intermediate, over-the-top, deep shot, or I'm just going to run out or throw it away.
Yep.
Very simple. Yep. I don't have to worry about protection. I don't have to worry about picking up the blitz. I don't have to worry about the safeties. It's all in front of me. I'm out on my feet. Bears have been doing that with Justin Fields the last few weeks, and they have been crushing teams. Darnell Mooney's been really a big play hitter downfield lately, and that's where Jeff Okudah, Will Harris, Kirby Joseph. I think that's where Kirby Joseph is going to do a hell of a job this weekend, and that's in preventing any deep shots they may take with a Claypool or a Mooney. So again, I think the way to play this game out is make Justin Fields beat you with his arm. And if he does, that's a tough pill to swallow, but you have to swallow it. Because you do not want to lose because you couldn't contain a guy that you knew wanted to beat you with his legs. Fair?
I think another point of that, too, is although the Bears are second in the NFL currently in sacks given up, I think Jerry Jacobs kind of spoke on this as well this week. You got to not only contain him and keep him in the pocket, but make him go, like you said, everything you just said, allow him to go through his progressions. Don't allow him to have the freedom to escape the pocket and make plays, extend plays. Because with Justin Fields, especially last week with Derek Barnes and what he was able to do, I want to see a lot more of that. Just let Derek Barnes run wild. Let him get after the quarterback. Because essentially, if they're in passing situations, or if it's 3rd and 10 or whatever, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 8, dare I say, you want to keep him in the pocket, and you need Aiden, you need Pascal. Hopefully, I don't know if Charles Harris is going to be playing. I have to double-check that. But pressure is going to be important because you have to get after this quarterback. This offensive line is abysmal. They can't run the ball that effectively. Yes, Justin Fields is a hell of a runner, but they struggle to protect him. So it's a big test for this defensive line. And I'm looking at Aiden Hutchinson. Like, you're drafted number 2 overall. I think he's been playing well this year overall. What can he do against the Bears? It's a divisional opponent. It's going to be a physical matchup. This is an opportunity for him to wreck the game, right? And he did this against Dallas. He did it against the Commanders. This is a big opportunity for, and again, he had an interception last week, but for Aiden to completely wreck the game, I'm not asking for 3 sacks at the half, but I want him in Justin Fields' face. Like, I really do. This is a big opportunity for him. You're on the road. Team has a chance to win their first road game. And with this offensive line the Bears have and how many sacks they've given up on the year, it's completely realistic.
And this is a defensive front for the Bears on the defensive side of the ball that has lost Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith. You have, again, it is a very good opportunity. And you want to talk about a game that probably hits the over this weekend? You're looking at the Bears versus the Lions. The Lions will struggle to contain Justin Fields. Now, it's can they limit him? You're not going to stop him. And I've seen a few of you bring up last year's Ravens game, right? Lamar Jackson. They are quite similar. But the problem with Fields is a lot of his are off-the-cuff scrambles, not necessarily designed RPOs like Lamar gets out in Baltimore.
Right.
So, different situation, but the same concept. Stop the quarterback from beating you with his legs. Make him beat you with his arm. And unfortunately, on that last drive, on 4th down, Lamar beat you with his arm last year, but, we'll move past that. Make Justin Fields beat you. Make him throw 23, 25, 27 times. You make him drop back 30 times, I promise you Aiden Hutchinson and the rest of your defensive front are going to have a day.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
And on top of that, too, you know what's crazy? The Lions right now have given up 234 points on the season. You know how many points the Bears have given up? 216. So they're not even we're talking about defenses. This is an opportunity for Jared Goff, for Ben Johnson, because listen, we love Ben Johnson, but this offense over the last couple of weeks has been terrible. So again, besides Miami, they didn't do anything in the second half, but the first half they looked really good. This is a big opportunity for them this week. I know it's on the road, and historically so far this season they haven't played their best on the road, but there's no excuses. Like Jared's coming off a couple patchy performances, rough performances. This is a game for him and this offense. Hopefully Swift is a little more healthier. Amon-Ra St. Brown, hopefully he can get back to his original form. Chicago has a pretty good secondary. They're young. Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Brisker, Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson has 4 picks on the year, by the way. So they got a secondary. But this is an opportunity for this offense. Run the football.
You mentioned Jared Goff, right? Mm-hmm. The last 3 games, the last 4 games, the Lions have scored 0, 6, 27, and 15. Right, 3 of the 4 they've struggled to score. Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Let's contrast the difference now, or compare the difference of how Jared Goff performed. In the shutout loss, he threw for 19 to 35, 229 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. In the 24-6 loss against Dallas, he was 21 of 26, 228, but with 2 interceptions and 0 touchdowns.
No.
Against Miami, when the team put up 27 points, solid. He was 27 to 37, 320 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, key stat, 0 interceptions. And then last week against Green Bay, they only scored 15 points. They struggle. 14-26, 137 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. That has been his Achilles heel all year. When he started the year and the team was flying on offense the first 4 games of the year, he had 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in his first 4 games. Since then, he has had 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, along with 3 fumbles. You want to talk about Ben Johnson, you want to talk about the offense? It starts with the quarterback. Execute. Be better. You can't go, what, 2 of your last 4 games completing just under 54%?
No, you can't.
Of your passes?
And again, I mean, it's not
and
all...
having a 3 touchdown, 4 interception, it's
not good.
Brutal. Jared Goff has to play better. It does start with him because he is the quarterback, and that is the most important position in football. You want to beat Chicago? You're going to have a game like Miami, or against, really the game he had against Washington would be nice. Against Philly would be nice, but you got to eliminate those interceptions. What do we talk about with Jared this year? He would be conservative in this offense. They'd put him in good spots. He'd maybe throw 11 interceptions. He's on pace to throw 16, 17.
Yeah. And that's not good. That's what he threw his last year in L.A. when he was traded.
And he's looking like the guy that the Rams were begging to get rid of. And thankfully for the Lions, they can cut his ass after the season. He's got to change. It's not just, DeAndre Swift needs to get healthy. Stop throwing the ball in the dirt to Amon-Ra St. Brown. How about we start there? How about you start there, buddy? So, yeah, I have a big problem with it. Jared Goff needs to play better. We'll take a break. When we get back, according to a former Detroit Lions scout who worked under Matt Millen, Millen wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers, but William Clay Ford vetoed it. What a story. What a story. And I can't wait to talk about it. But before we go, I got to tell you about our good friends over at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. They're awesome stylists. Will take care of you like they take care of me. So like I said, for all your precision haircuts, hot leather neck shaves, you name it, they take care of it. 10 to 8, 7 days a week. No appointment necessary. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man. Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for over 23 years makes Michael the number one option for anybody. So what are you waiting for? Give him a call, 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Well done today, Fish. You're having a good show, buddy. Much better.
I mean, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to this weekend and next weekend, so how do you not? You get something to look forward to, you do better at your job. That's how I think of it.
I love it.
That's how most people should.
I love it, Fish. A former Detroit Lions scout said that Matt Millen Jeff wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers instead of Mike Williams all the way back in the day, 2005 NFL draft. And William Clay Ford apparently vetoed it. So here's the problem I have. And you tell me, Adam, you're just being rude. Okay? Can we all agree let's all be family right now, right? Let's all let's all bring it in.
Kumbaya.
Let's all have a kumbaya moment. Let's all find some common ground here.
Okay.
And let's all agree on something. William Clay Ford was a turd. And Matt Millen was a turd. And both in this situation do not deserve the benefit of the doubt. And I like to believe that Matt Millen's way of saying, I want to draft Aaron Rodgers, was more of, hey, William, what do you think about me taking a chance on that quarterback out of Cal? And William Clay Ford was probably like, dude, shut up. We don't need a quarterback.
We have Joey Harrington.
Right, we have Joey Harrington. What are you talking about, Matt? Shut the hell up and get back to work.
Yeah.
Okay, William. And then it was never brought up again. I don't believe in the war room. It was Matt Millen standing up there. William, hear me out, buddy. William, we got to take this kid out of Cal. He's the next big thing. Future Hall of Famer. If we don't get him, the Packers are going to get him, and they're going to run the division the next 15 years. Yeah. I'm telling you, William, you got to listen to me, buddy. That's not how it went.
No.
I promise you that's not how it went. And I am not giving Matt Millen, who arguably is one of the worst, if not the worst GM in NFL history, the benefit of the doubt. Not doing that.
Especially when DeMarcus Ware went a pick after him.
Oh, wait. So they drafted Mike Williams, and it was DeMarcus Ware at 11.
Yeah.
Sean Merriman at 12. Thomas Davis at 14. And Aaron Rodgers all the way down there at 24.
Braylon went 3 in this draft.
Braylon did go 3 in this draft.
This is the Braylon draft.
I remember this draft as the Ronnie Brown draft, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, seriously. Yeah. Because Ronnie Brown, when I was a kid, he was a stud.
Yeah.
Coming out of Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to be the bee's knees. And when Miami took him, it was like a big deal, man. He was supposed to be the next Ricky Williams. And then he was just Ronnie Brown. So, there we are. Cadillac Williams, Cedric Benson. What a draft class. Antrell Roll, Carlos Rodgers. Gosh. A lot of great names. Heath Miller. Man, remember Heath Miller?
It's crazy.
Logan Mankins.
It's crazy comparing the drafts because in 2005, 3 running backs went in the top 10. Think about it.
Well, yeah, it's just a different era.
I know that, but think about it in today's NFL.
Yeah, that would never happen. That would never, ever happen. But do you guys believe Matt Millen? That can be the poll for today.
Yeah. Put it.
Do you believe Matt Millen wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers? Yes or no? I'm calling bullshit. I am not going to believe Matt Millen, and I'm definitely not going to believe William Clay Ford, who can't speak for himself right now. So we're not doing that. William Clay Ford vetoed the trade. Shut up, Matt. Or the draft pick, excuse me. Shut up. You were given an extension, bro. You had this guy around your finger. You had him whipped. He was the only owner in the NFL that would have hired your dumb ass. I doubt he vetoed your draft pick.
Yeah.
You sat up there and said, Hey, William, wouldn't it be funny if I took the kid out of Cal? And then William sat there and said, shut up, Matt. Don't joke with me. Take the kid from, whatever Mike Williams was from, USC, I think? Whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, no, he was. You're correct.
And then Matt Millen sat there and said, okay. We want Mike Williams. And then 10 years later, Matt Millen comes out, I wanted Aaron Rodgers, but William Clay Ford yelled at me in the war room. Shut up. Shut up. No, I don't believe him. I don't believe that he wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers. And it's just, maybe if he was picking at 22, right? Because at 10, I don't buy it. Now, did he tell William, I wanted to trade up and get Aaron Rodgers at 23 or 24? Maybe he did. I doubt it, though. Why would I give the worst GM the benefit of the doubt?
Right.
And this former scout, I'm not doing it.
Well, Adam,
I'm just not doing it.
Technically, they did draft Dan Orlovsky. That same draft.
Look, I am not accepting any Dan Orlovsky slander. All right, he is my favorite guy in
He's the
media
best.
at the moment. So outside of McAfee, so we will not accept any Dan Orlovsky slander. He's a hero in this town. If anything, he should be praised for having to deal with the 0-16 Lions like he had to.
I know.
So.
They took him in the 5th round, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, I guess kind of where I'm at with the chat, all of you, 81% of you say no.
Yeah,
so I think we all agree.
And again,
I'm calling BS, man.
Again, this is hearsay. This isn't like officially reported by,
I would love
ESPN.
Matt Millen. I would love a 30 for 30 on the Matt Millen era.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to do it. Because I would love to know what was going through his head all those drafts. I mean, look at this. You want to bring up the draft? You want to talk about draft history for the Detroit Lions? It gets pretty bad, dude. You ready for this one? Let's start what year? Let's go to 99. We'll start there. What do you think? Were you even born, Jeff?
He was not.
All right, well, we're going to start in 1999. Two first-round picks. You know who they took? They took Chris Claiborne and Aaron Gibson.
Ooh.
In the first round. You ever heard of them?
Never heard of them.
That's what I thought. 2000, Stoker McDougal.
Hell yeah.
In the first round. Dominic Raiola, Sean Rodgers in the second round. Shout out. Well done. First round pick disaster. Let's go to 2002. Joey Harrington. Bust. Kalimba Edwards. Bust. Andre Goodman. Bust. And the rest of that draft busts. Let's go to 2003. We need a wide receiver. Charles Rodgers. God rest his soul.
Yep.
Bust. Unfortunate bust. Boss Bailey was a bust. Corey Redding, solid, but a third round, not really going to call him a bust. That draft class didn't work out. 2004, F it, double down, we want Roy Williams.
Oh yeah.
That is our second consecutive year taking a wide receiver in the top 10.
Jesus Christ.
Bust. Kevin Jones, bust. Teddy Lehman, bust. All right, moving on. 2005. The supposedly Aaron Rodgers draft that you wanted Aaron Rodgers. You took Mike Williams at 10. 3 consecutive years in the top 10 taking a wide receiver. Mike Williams. Bust.
Damn.
John Cody. Okay. But, whatever. Dan Orlovsky in the 5th round. That was nice. And then 2006. Ernie Sims, baby. Bust.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Matt Millen. Ernie Sims was my first draft. Haven't missed any Lions news since, says Wheezy. Oh, God. You know, back in the day when I was a kid, Boss Bailey was a beast in ESPN 2K5 on the Xbox. I don't know if any of you have played it. But that was the game back in the day. And Boss Bailey and Terrell Suggs, I believe, were rookies in that game.
Yep.
And I'd always trade for them. Well, technically I would trade for them. I'd never play as the Lions, so,
No one did.
Hey, speaking of video games, how often do you play video games?
When I was a kid, I played a lot.
Okay, well,
now, no.
Oh, okay.
Zero, like maybe 10 hours a year, if I'm lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this comment Don Burr says, and y'all talk about Brad Holmes, laughing face. Holmes looks like a genius.
Yeah, Don, I mean, that's why, look, I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to slander anybody right now, but when I say Brad Holmes is the greatest GM you've had,
it's not like
I'm not saying that as a compliment to Brad. I'm saying that as a dig on this organization.
Yeah.
I like Brad. I love the work he's doing, don't get me wrong. But that is just the reality of your franchise. Especially with the GM.
Yeah, ceiling's not very high.
What do you mean Kevin Jones was not a bust? What? You guys are very nice. You guys are very nice. Look, I remember Kevin Jones. He was supposed to be the next Barry Sanders. I believe he had 1,000 yards his first year, if I remember correctly.
He did.
And then injuries riddled his whole career.
Never got 700 yards since. Yeah.
Is that not a bust?
Well,
is that not a bust?
That
sounds like a bust to me.
Yeah. If you play 5
Greg Oden is not a bust because when he came into the NBA, he showed promise, but injuries kept him out of the league, so he is not a bust. That's the game we're going to play? Stop it. Stop it.
If you're going off him not being healthy, then yes, you're right.
Of course, that's part of it.
Yeah, that is part of it.
He was a great talent. Don't get me wrong.
Still produced, but he just couldn't stay healthy.
Dude, Rodgers would have been an exceptional receiver in the NFL.
Right.
He had it, man. He was it at Michigan State. Injuries just killed him. Injuries just killed him, man. Couldn't stay healthy. Couldn't be on the field.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm calling BS. We have 123 votes in the WoodwardSports.com chat. 83% of you say no. You don't believe Matt Millen. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. And even if Matt did, okay, let's say in the crazy reality that Matt Millen was in there saying, William, it needs to be Aaron at 10. Franchise-changing quarterback, exceptional arm talent. We will win a Super Bowl with him. Matt Millen would Matt Millen. William Clay Ford. What is he going to say? What is he going to say to veto? How can he veto Matt Millen, the same guy he gave an extension to and half the town wanted him out?
He's just going to say no. We're going for our pick. He's going to say no. We're going for our pick.
I don't know how much I believe it. I really.
Gosh. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. We're good? All right, let's go, baby. Let's get back to what we were talking about here.
So we got some good fights this
William
weekend,
Clay
Jeff.
Ford, by the way.
William Clay Ford can suck my nuts.
The ghost of William Clay
Matt
Ford
Millen.
hit the
Jesus
hat.
Christ, AT&T, get it together. Emergency maintenance at 8:42 in the morning? Fuck you.
Okay, can I say something? They have to do the
I don't care what they
sometime.
have to do.
They got to do it sometime. When are they going to do it?
Jesus Christ.
When are they going to do it?
Fish, unmute the mics, you jackass.
I did unmute the mics, you bum.
He goes, you bum.
They're unmuted. They've been unmuted for a minute now.
All right, we're back. Jesus Christ.
And they say there's no curse with the Lions.
We're going to take a break.
There's a
Sorry,
curse.
guys. We need to catch up on a few things. When we get back, talk some Michigan football, Michigan State football. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Cintron.
Let me tell you about our friends at Cintron because it's the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Cintron has combined all three of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free, all in one pack. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today at cintronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron. Let's go Red Wings.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Vetoed Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Vetoed Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the ways it affects your health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Custom Health Centers has had over 20,000 success stories. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-THIN. That's 844-789-THIN. God, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Appreciate you being patient.
Yeah, really.
Thank you for sticking with us. Rumor has it that Sheila snuck into our studio engineering room and pulled the plug, so...
That's what the rumor is.
Oh,
I blame
God.
Goff. I blame Goff for that.
Oh, God. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Let's do Michigan Rutgers, all right? This is just part of their path to Columbus. That's how I see these games now. It's done. The season's over. The difficult part of their schedule is over. They're home to Rutgers now, and that's it, Jeff. That's the year. It's it's Nebraska at home, and it's Illinois at home. And if Michigan State can dominate and beat Illinois, I'm pretty sure Michigan will wipe the floor with Illinois, regardless of their record, regardless of where they rank. And who knows, after this week, if Illinois loses, they may not be a ranked team going into Michigan. So
true, they're holding on.
That is it. They're barely holding on. They fell so far down the rankings. They're at 21 right now. It's all about November 26th. That's it. That's all it's about. That's all it's ever been about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's typically this way most years in the Big Ten, especially between Michigan and Ohio State. But this year, 2 versus 3. That's all it is now, Jeff. Nebraska at home, 3:30 kickoff tomorrow. They'll wipe the floor with them. But I guess the conversation I want to have with you is, what more do you need to see from Michigan? Right, they're third in the country. Playoff committee agrees. They're in if they win out. They're likely out if they lose one of their games this year, unless it's not to Ohio State. Depends. What do you need to see? Is it we keep saying expand, open up?
No, I'm done.
I'm kind of tired of that conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm
they
done.
found a way to win their football games.
Yep.
They found a way to dominate football games. They can run the football effectively. They can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And their defensive front, somehow, some way, lost Aiden Hutchinson and David Ojabo and is playing at a higher level this year than they did last year.
Secondary
and
long.
Jesse Minter, I don't want to go any further in this conversation without bringing him up. Because Jesse Minter had the tough, very difficult task of replacing McDonald, who was an exceptional defensive coordinator in his 1 year at Michigan. Don Brown goes, they bring in McDonald, young, innovative, kind of forward thinkers. Boom, the defense is suddenly working. You get really 3 first-round picks. I count Ojabo as a first-round pick had he not torn his Achilles. So you lose those 3 players, and you're somehow better than you were last year.
Yeah.
And it is by committee. It is not relying on a single individual. And really, Morris has been your de facto number 1 on that defense. Sanistrell has been exceptional as well. Barrett's been nice at safety. There are nice pieces there. First-round picks, maybe not. But the defense is playing at a higher level, and I just want to give Jesse Minter all the credit in the world because he had one of the more difficult jobs going into this season in all of college football, and that was replacing a guy who succeeded.
Yep.
With a defense that historically had not performed the last 8-10 years. Hell of a job, Jesse Minter.
And a defensive coordinator that was so good, you got a job back in the NFL as a defensive coordinator. So, to your point, Jesse Minter this year, yes, this defensive line has more depth. I'm not even going to talk about what I want to see. Well, I don't want to see an expanded of the playbook. I'm not going to sit here and say I want to see the wide receivers get more involved. That stuff is getting old. At this point, domination. That should be Michigan's mindset heading into, or at least facing Nebraska, facing Illinois before Ohio State. Prove a point. Go out there and obliterate them. And I'm not talking, I know Rutgers, they won 52-17, but I don't want to see it as close as it was early on. From start to finish, from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, I want to see complete domination because they can do it. They just seem to start off slow, especially last week. So moving forward, it's not about showing me anything. I'm done with that. Michigan has proven this year. I get the strength of schedule, and I'm not even going to have that conversation, but they've taken care of their opponents. The thing for me is go out and make a statement. Completely obliterate Nebraska and Illinois, and then we could talk about Ohio State and what we want to see. But until then, I'm done telling Michigan to expand their playbook. I want to see JJ air it out. I'm done with it. What they've done so far, they've had success doing it. And to be honest with you, I could see them having success doing it against Ohio State, running the football, dominating in the trenches like they did last year. So, again, Adam, I want to see domination. I want a point to be proven the next 2 weeks before you head down to Columbus to face Ohio State. That's what I want to see.
Well, let's look at the defense last year, okay? Aiden Hutchinson, 14 sacks. David Ojabo, 11 sacks. They accounted for 25 of the team total 34 sacks, Jeff. 25 of the 34 team sacks last year. The Michigan defense this year has not only been better, it has been by committee for the most part.
Yeah.
And they have 29 sacks with 3 games left, and if they beat Ohio State, 4 because they'll get the Big Ten championship game and then the college football playoff. And it is Morris at the top, Mike Morris with 7. McGregor at 2.5, Barrett at 2.5, Okeke at 2.5, Sanistrell at 2, Derek Moore at 2, Chris Jenkins at 2. Upshaw, Harrell, Graham, Smith, Colson, all with a 1 to 1.5 sack. It is by committee this year. Last year it was just 2 individuals wrecking the game.
Right.
This year it's been the whole defense. And you got to give them credit, man. They have found a way to get better on defense some way, somehow, losing 3 first-round picks. Credit to Michigan, man, and Jesse Minter.
And for Jim to replace, we talk about his inability to hire staff. Like, look what he's done the last couple of years. Now with McDonald, now you get Jesse Minter, Josh Gaddis leaves. Now it's kind of a by-group effort, offensive coordinator, and they're still finding ways to get it done. So again, I want to see domination. I know it's funny because I'm reading a comment in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts on it. It's interesting. Mike G says, I expect Blake to get a bit of rest against the Huskers. Expect Donovan and Stokes. Do you see that as a realistic possibility, that they kind of pull back a little bit on Blake Corum? Because he is in the Heisman race. He's top 3.
No.
Or do you just unleash him?
That is your guy.
I know it is.
You give him 15 to 23 carries.
But if they're up 40 to...
Well, that's different. Then they usually go to Edwards and then the
Absolutely.
Stokes and everyone else, and they go to the backup quarterback. So, no, we know this. So, yeah, if they're up 40 to nothing at halftime, yeah. But this is a team that starts slow in the first half anyways. So, look, you guys talk about the Big Ten schedule and Michigan's schedule. Who have they beaten? Guys, we got a problem here. And I know you all know this. You watch as much, maybe more football than I do. Who knows? Depends on who you are. Maybe you stay out for all the Big 12 games. I don't know. And the MACtion. But regardless.
Gotta love the MACtion.
No, but where I'm going at here is the Big Ten is in a really down year. Every team outside of Michigan and Ohio State suck. Last year, Purdue, Michigan State. You had some teams, Iowa, Penn State, were still kind of formidable, but not really. This year has been terrible. The Big Ten is disgustingly bad. And you have the balls to tell me, USC, wait till they play a road game in the Big Ten in November. USC would wipe the floor with Michigan State today. Illinois, Iowa, Penn State by 40. The Big Ten sucks right now.
Yeah.
There is no competition outside of Michigan and Ohio State, and that's a problem. Because you know who it affects? The teams at the top. Because they don't have a good schedule. See, this year, Tennessee would have been just a normal win for Georgia. This year, it's one of their better wins on the year. They get that.
Yeah.
Where's that this year? Right? Ohio State, one of their better wins last year was Michigan State. Dominated the 3rd best team, 4th best team in the country. I forget what they were at the time. Purdue, big win over Michigan State. Michigan, big wins. Iowa, Penn State, Ohio State. Ohio State was undefeated. That was a big deal, right? Or excuse me, Ohio State had 1 loss to Oregon. But you guys get where I'm going. Undefeated in the Big Ten. It's a big matchup.
Right.
This year it's just Michigan and Ohio State. And I'm not getting the feeling that they're going to get the respect they probably deserve, because I do think Ohio State and Michigan are 2 of the 4 or 5 best teams in the country overall, but their schedule is cheeks. It's
don't you
awful.
think Oregon, looking back, probably regrets scheduling Georgia? Let's be honest. Like, they're 8-1 on the year.
No, they don't, because if they win out, they will be in the college football playoff. And they will have the best loss in the country.
I get it.
But if they lose another game, yes, they'll regret it.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it'll be a 2-loss
it kind of goes
Pac-12 champion.
And that's the problem with and we got to wait for this expansion. It's going to help out a lot with these types of scenarios. But I don't fault the team. This is the path to get into the college football playoff. I'm not going to fault you. Like, look at Notre Dame. They played tougher opponents. How'd it work out for them?
Yeah,
they lost to Marshall.
Marshall is one of the best teams in the country, Jeff. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So I'm done with that conversation, making fun of people's strength of schedule. I mean, this is the path to get in, guys. Like, I don't get it.
Welcome to the reality of college football. You are not incentivized to schedule difficult opponents out of your conference. Having said that, the conference needs to be better. Big Ten sucks right now. Hopefully it's better over the next year or two. Having said that, top of the hour coming up. It's already top of the hour, so we'll take a quick break. When we get back, what is at stake on Sunday? What does Sunday mean for Detroit? Lions fans, this is for you. What does it mean? Was Green Bay a fluke? Or are you onto something? And will 1 win turn into 2 and potentially 3 and potentially 4 and potentially 5? What's happening? Is it just they beat a Green Bay team that shot themselves in the foot, or is Dan Campbell going to have his players ready on a road game to win their first road win ever under him? We'll get to that in just a bit, but before we do, Jeff, the best defense on and off the field.
I'll tell you a defense that didn't have a fluke performance, and that's guarding alarm. Because, guys, as the snow is eventually going to get here, as you spend more time inside, you want your house protected. Guarding alarm can assist you with that. If you call 1-800-STAY-OUT, and you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection, that's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Let them know your friends at Woodward Sports sent you.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Jeff Iafrate here from Chili Peppers Tanning. I'm going to tell you about the cleanest salons in the D because Chili Peppers has it. Sanitized rooms, trained, certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Tan.
We're back here on the Morning Woodward Show on Woodward Sports Network, and I want to get into this conversation as Adham is away for a second, and that's Aaron Rodgers last week, the victory against the Packers. And I know the conversation is it more about the Packers or is it more about the Lions? And it's an interesting conversation, especially considering that Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee and pretty much shut that down completely and gave little to no credit to the Detroit Lions, which, again, I disagree with. I think certainly this defense deserves credit for stepping up and making plays. That's number one. Number two, you got to admit that that loss was on the Packers as well, because heading into that game, the Packers were on a 4-game losing streak. The offense looked abysmal. The defense hasn't been playing up to their standard. Although they held the Lions to 15 points and they picked off Jared Goff, shot to Jair Alexander, I got to give credit where it's due. And this Lions defense, for as young as they are, playing as many rookies as they play, to be able to step up and make plays against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has never thrown, let alone, I mean, he barely throws 2 interceptions, never thrown 3 against the Lions. Kirby Joseph had 2 of those. 1 NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And that's huge. That's a huge deal. And now you're heading into Chicago, your first opportunity or another opportunity to win a road game. And Kirby Joseph is in concussion protocol. I'm expecting him to be there and play, hopefully. But if Kirby Joseph plays, and this defense is going to be able to suit up and have that confidence carry over from last week, it's a huge deal. And again, the Bears, as well as they've been playing offensively, they're not world beaters. And this is a perfect opportunity for this defense to stack good performances on top of one another. And I think it's a huge opportunity for Aaron Glenn as well. I mean, you fire Aubrey Pleasant, the team rallies behind him, and I even talked about this on Lions pregame show. How does this secondary respond to that move? And they responded. And I'm going to be watching this week because they have an opportunity to, I wouldn't say shut, but slow down this Bears offense that's averaged 30 points the last couple games. So it's a big opportunity, Adam. And honestly, if they can stack good performances on top of another, it's gonna bode well for them next year, later in the season, and for these rookies just building confidence. So it's a big deal this week. It really is.
Let's backtrack a little bit, right? Before the season, right? They're 0-0. You haven't seen any game played. Dan Campbell is a 3-13-1 head coach. What was everybody hoping for, expecting? 7 wins, 8 wins, improvement, right?
That's all.
Double your win total, show progress, right? Show that you're not a bum loser head coach making the same mistakes. And then you start 1-6, and it's like, well, what the hell's going on here? And you beat Green Bay. That was good. Good win. Cool. That didn't change the season.
No.
And now you go on the road, a place where you can't win. You have yet to show any of us that you can win on the road. This is another opportunity. And when is he finally going to do it, right? It's already, 0-11-1 on the road? It's already pathetic. So when do you get that at least one in the win column? Is it this week? Is it a few weeks from now? 3-4 weeks from now?
It's got to be this week, right? Because
I'm not sure.
You face, what do they face? Buffalo? And then they got both New York teams. You're on the road for both of those teams. You're facing the New York Giants. You're facing the Jets. I'm not picking the Lions against those teams. They're winnable, but they've been playing better football.
I guess where I'm at is
you got to get this one.
What have I seen on the field or from the coaches that would lead me to believe they're going to go on a string and win 4 of 6 or 3 of 5?
Not much. Not much.
And I'm not trying to shoot down your party right now, guys, but I'm just asking a very simple question. What have they shown you for this unbelievable optimism that the next 3 out of the 5 you're going to win? I don't see it. Now, do I think you can beat Chicago? I do. Do I think you can beat them on the road? I do.
And they have another opportunity after that.
I think you are a problem matchup for a team like Chicago.
Then they face the Giants on the road.
You have a better defensive front. You have a secondary good enough to handle Mooney and Claypool. You should not get burnt. Jeff Okudah should have a very good game. He's not going up against one of the league's elite. Right? You would hope so. And the offense? Jared Goff has no excuse to turn the ball over against the Chicago Bears. No excuse. He will have all the time in the world. He'll have a decent run game. Chicago is one of the worst defensive teams against the run anyways. So you'll be able to run the ball. Is DeAndre Swift going to be available? I don't know anymore. And I don't care. St. Brown. Get him more involved. Where's the St. Brown you saw the first 2-3 weeks of the season? I'd like to see more of that if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I would like to see more of that. This offense has to get back to its roots early on in the year. They have to be creative. They have to set up plays as the game goes on, right? You see those fake end arounds, those fake handoffs to the receiver every time. They put them in motion. They run them full sprint. You do it 5, 6, 7 times in the game, and then probably the 8th time you actually hand it off. Great. You have to get your offense going early, and you have to be able to follow it up in the second half and score more. Chicago is a favorable matchup. I'm not saying you should beat the Bears, but there's no reason you can't compete with the Bears and go out and win that game on the road.
Let me tell you some of the road games they got now, and then you tell me which ones you see winnable or not winnable. Okay, so we have Chicago. You think that's winnable? What about the Giants? What do you think? They go to MetLife the following week. They play the Giants. Is that winnable?
I mean, any game in the NFL is winnable.
Confidence
in theory,
level, then.
I'm not confident in them going on the road.
Okay, so you're confident in the Bears, not confident in the Giants. And the next road game is at the MetLife again for the Jets.
Not confident.
Then they play the Panthers.
Confident.
And then they play the Packers at Lambeau.
As of right now, confident, but by then Green Bay probably would have turned it
So
around.
they have an opportunity to at least win 2, I would say 2 road games. Out of all these road games they have left, you got to win 1.
Let's see. John R. in the chat says that Brad Holmes has drafted multiple busts. I'm here for it. Who? Penei Sewell? That's not a bust. Levi O? Okay. That's one bust.
Yeah, you'd say that. That's a bust.
Second round pick.
Injuries.
Aleem McNeil, 3rd round. Really, anybody after the 3rd round, I'm not going to call a bust.
No, they're contributors. Aleem McNeil, that's fine.
Aleem McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round. Anything to say to that, buddy?
Nope.
Derek Barnes, anything to say about him in the 4th round?
Contributor. I wouldn't call him.
Jamar Jefferson was a bust, though. 7th round pick. He was a bust.
Yeah, I mean,
he was a bust. No, it's okay. He was a bust. We have to be fair.
Okay,
7th round picks are busts.
Yeah.
Every GM makes mistakes, by the way. And if you're a good GM, you can get 2 quality players every draft. And the really good ones get 3 or 4. And then the coaches actually get more out of them, like what Seattle just did. But, what do I know?
Right.
Aiden Hutchinson, bust? I don't think so. Jameson Williams, you can't say he's a bust. Josh Vizquel, you can't say he's a bust. Kirby Joseph, God no, it's not a bust. James Mitchell, contributing right now. We'll see how he develops. Malcolm Rodriguez has not been a bust. James Houston was cut. Chase Lucas is injured. Am I missing something? Where has Brad Holmes fucked up so badly that we even say words like this? How? It's funny to me. You guys are funny.
I see a team with a lot of those draft picks playing.
Well, you know what?
And making plays.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to MicroMike. I got a few questions for him coming up in just a minute. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Boy.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim, the chili cheese burger, and don't forget about the bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting front row. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports, well, you get to win. Make sure you retweet or share our post. It's pinned at the top of Twitter and Instagram, and tag 3 of your friends. If they're all following, you will have a chance to win. So hop on Twitter and Instagram, tag your crew, and this awesome giveaway is brought to you by our good friends over at Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers. We are back, joined by a very, very special guest, a guy who is now more known for the screensavers he uses week to week than anything else he does with his life. MicroMike, good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Veterans Day to all the service members that sacrificed their body in protecting our freedom.
Oh, God. That screensaver is what I'm talking about, Mike. Can we put Mike back on the screen? Look at that.
That's a great screensaver.
Now, what is Jeff holding, Mike? I'll let you walk the audience through what he's holding.
I don't understand.
He's holding a pen, and he's looking down in amazement of the glory that is Woodward Sports.
Mike, you're a legend, man. I don't honestly. When was that? Mike, do you have like an arsenal of just photos, or do you go back? I'm confused.
Look, man, Mike is the kind of guy that'll just stalk you a little bit. I don't see a problem with it.
Look, I'm the type of guy that has cameras on you 24/7. You ever seen the movie 13 Cameras? It's based on a real story.
It's based on you.
Yes, it is.
Mike, I got a lot to ask you. I want to start by asking you a question this week. Facing the Chicago Bears, listen, Justin Fields has been on a tear the last couple weeks. I believe the last 5 games, he's 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Last 3 games, he has over 100 quarterback rating, or passer rating, excuse me. For you, what are your expectations for the Lions this week? They have an opportunity to win their first road game in Dan Campbell's tenure so far. So what are your expectations? What are the Lions' defense? What do they need to do on the road here in offense to get a win at Soldier Field?
I think we all know what the Lions need to do, at least defensively, to get a win in this game, and that is stop Justin Fields from scrambling and running all over the Lions defense. He's not known for passing. The Bears offense is 125 passing yards per game. That's 32nd in the NFL, but they're number 1 in run game, nearly 200 yards. So we need to have a spy to make sure that Justin Fields not getting those critical downs like we've seen with Rodgers last week with scrambling for a third down from a 3rd and 15. So hopefully the Lions are able to slow him down and have a game plan like they did Lamar Jackson last year. Defensively, the Bears are not the same Bears that we're used to. They're a team that you can score points on, and they're terrible against the run, 30th in the NFL, and they're okay against the pass. So for offense, run the football, get the victory, and own time of possession.
I love it. Mike, first of all, thank you for coming on. Happy Veterans Day, buddy, by the way. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and really to all your family and friends. We appreciate it, buddy. The Lions are... You got it, bud. Lions are 2-6. And, you know, a lot of stories have been coming out this week, whether it's about the playoffs or Kirby Joseph getting knocked out by Jeff Okudah, well, whatever it is. But there was one story that came out that just totally threw me off guard, and that was Matt Millen back in the day supposedly wanted to draft Aaron Rodgers, and William Clay Ford somehow vetoed it. Are you buying that story? Because I'm not.
I'm not buying that story because, first off, Matt Millen doesn't know how to draft too well. He's terrible, and it's hard for me to think that William Clay Ford would say no to drafting a quarterback. Matt Millen is one of the worst GMs of all time, and it just seems like no way they'd actually draft the correct player under his regime. It just seems like a BS story, in all honesty.
Yeah, I'm calling BS as well. Well, let me ask you this. You brought up Justin Fields, his legs, his ability to move, scramble. He tore apart Miami. The Lions have struggled with this on film all year, right? They've let quarterbacks break containment and move out, scramble for first downs. It's happened on multiple occasions against multiple teams. But the key thing is here, Tua can run, right? Aaron, not really mobile, even though he gashed you for 18 yards or whatever it was. But Jalen Hurts comes to mind, right? And Jalen Hurts is the guy where he can beat you with his legs. But he's a much better passer than Justin Fields, and he has much better weapons. I'm not seeing the threat from Chicago's side offensively with Claypool, Mooney, and Kmet. I'm not seeing it. I would rather just force Justin Fields to beat me with his arm instead of his legs, which I know he can do. You agree, Mike?
Well, that's 100%. You have to have Justin Fields beat you with his arm. He's not a great passer. 125 yards passing a game is kind of pathetic. The difference between this game and the Philadelphia Eagles game is the Philadelphia Eagles had a really good offensive line. The Chicago Bears have one of the worst, if not the worst, offensive line in all of football. Our defensive line is a little bit healthy now. You got the Commish, you got Pascal, you got Aiden Hutchinson in there, and so we should have an opportunity to break through the offensive line and potentially get Justin Fields, unlike Jalen Hurts, where he did have a good protection there and he was to scramble. If you are able to stop Justin Fields from running the football, you win the game. And that is just the truth there. So have a good plan. The Lions defense has been pretty good the last 4 games, going from 32 ranked defense to around 26. If we're able to do containment, contain the edges, the Lions should be able to win the game. But if they let the mobile quarterback and Justin Fields run around, we lose.
Mike, I want to talk about Jared Goff, man. The last 3 games, Jared Goff has 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He has an 89.4 quarterback rating. And this Lions offense, I mean, you take away the Miami game, or we'll throw it in there, but 27 in the first half. They drop a donut in the second half. And then you have Dallas and Green Bay. Dallas, we don't have to talk about Dallas, the amount of turnovers they had. And then Green Bay, they only scored 15 points. Now they won. What are your expectations this week for this offense and for Jared Goff specifically? What do they need to do to get back on track to where they were the first 4 games of the season to be a high-scoring offense again?
They need to be consistent running the football. I think that's the most important part for the Lions offense here. Jared Goff is in a rut in the last 4 games. He has not played well. We're talking 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, a QBR rating that's ranked 29 out of 32. He's got to be able to play better. Help him out by running the football. That should open up play action. And if you look at the Bears defense, you can pass on these guys. This is not the same type of defense we're talking about with the Dallas Cowboys. This ain't the even Green Bay defense. This defense is pretty ate up from the floor up right now. They got rid of their top guys in Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack and Quinn. You should be able to get right in this game. If the Lions offense cannot improve and it stays consistent, then we have to ask some questions about Jared Goff and Ben Johnson, because this is a defense you should be able to do anything you really want to in the game plan. And Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be playing in this game. DeAndre Swift, I'm sure, is going to be playing in this game on limited snap count. That should be good enough to get some of these yards.
And I want to ask you a question. It's just a hypothetical that we kind of go back and forth about. We've had this conversation before. Lions, as you know, Mike, 2 games out of the wild card. That's just how bad the NFC is this year. It's the reality. For you personally, someone who covers this team, spends a lot of time watching these games, would you rather the Lions win 7-8 games, or you have a top 3 pick? What's your input on that? What would you rather see, and why?
It's all about winning, folks. If you want to change a culture, you have to win. If you consistently lose, what we're talking about is changing the head coach, changing the GM, top 5. Look, if you got a good GM, you can draft good players in mid-round, just well as drafting in the top pick. We've been drafting top 10 forever, and yet we still have sucked forever. Steelers draft well, even though they've been a really good team drafting late in the draft. Patriots, same thing. If you look at good franchises, they figure it out. And if you look at Brad Holmes, we found players in the 4th round, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3rd round with Kirby Joseph. There's talent out there. You just got to draft the correct player. So win the football game. I'm all about winning, and I don't care if it's an ugly win. Just win. That's how you change a culture. How do you want to get free agents come here when you're consistently losing? You're not going to do it. I don't want to go to that losing franchise. But if you win, hey, man, you know, this is a team on the rise.
Yeah, Mike, I'm actually pretty much in step with you. I think Jeff is as well. One of the things I point to, and you brought it up a little bit, was the GM. You're going to have 2 top 18 picks, worst case scenario, right? And I'll tell you what it costs to move up to number 3. It costs 3 first-round picks. So 2 this year, and then a future. Could be 24, could be 25, 26, who knows? You would have to give up 3. That's what it cost the Niners to move up all those spots to draft Trey Lance. So if you really want your quarterback, you can trade up. Or you can draft him at 7, like Herbert and Josh Allen were drafted. Or at 10, like Mahomes was. Or 12, like Deshaun Watson was. You can find your quarterback. The right GM, somehow, some way, gets the player they wanted more times than not. Whether it's luck, fortune, whatever you want to call it. Penei Sewell falling to the Lions, very, very, very interesting. Did not expect that. Aiden Hutchinson falling to the Lions. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect that. The Lions trading up 20 spots. 20 spots in the first round just to swap picks in an additional 3rd. Unexpected. Fortunate. Get Jameson Williams, arguably the best receiver out of that entire receiving class. Except he was injured, and that's why he fell. So, I'm with you. You don't want to be talking at the end of the year about a 3-14 or 4-13 football team that have yet to win a road game in 2 years under their head coach, because you're going to kick him out of town. That's it. It's that simple. He sucks. But if he somehow wins 6 of the next 9 games, I'm sorry. You have to put respect on his name. Something has changed. It's changed for the better. And then you can go into next season with double-digit expectations. Fair or not fair?
100%. Folks, it's all about winning and progressing. Last year, we won 3 games. So if they can come on a little winning streak here, and as we're seeing right now, it's the development of young talent. And if the talent is developing to be being better, the team will play better. Look at Kirby Joseph. He's developing really good, becoming a playmaker. Our defense starting to look a little bit better. Malcolm Rodriguez, Aiden Hutchinson, Joshua Pascal, Derek Barnes. This is what you want Do you want these guys to regress and lose, or do you want to see these draft picks that we already selected play well? It's all about winning. I love the draft, and it's fun to do mock drafts. It's fun to talk about the draft, but at the end of the day, it's better if you win. We have been drafting top 5, top 10 for many, many years. It has done nothing but still draft top 5 and top 10 the next year. So if the Lions could go on a win streak, that would be fantastic. If you're a person who wants to get the franchise quarterback, right now the leading MVP candidate was in the second round, Jalen Hurts. So you can find talented quarterbacks, you can find talented players all in all the rounds. Now, if you want to get your franchise guys the first pick or the third pick, Brad Holmes, he traded up for the Rams to get Jared Goff from 15 to number 1, so you can do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Well, Mike, look, I don't want to keep you for much longer. I know you got plans. You go enjoy the rest of your Veterans Day. We appreciate you. The country appreciates you. Thank you so much for coming on. You have a great rest of your day, buddy.
Mike, you're the man.
Hey, thank guys again. I want to say thank you to all the veterans out there, the Vietnam veterans. They didn't get the love that they should have, and just let you know that I am showing you love. God bless you all.
Appreciate it, Mike. God bless, man. When we get back, let's have some fun. Mid-season awards, mid-season all-rookie teams. 3 Lions find their way onto the list, Jeff. 9:41 coming up. Lions Bears predictions. We'll give our scores and of course best bets of the weekend. All that and more. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Swiss Insurance.
Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. Although it is very rewarding, it also comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteers coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Shop, eat, and play. Do it all at once. Decked Out Detroit presents the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway. There's outdoors fun for everybody, along with rides, games, and snacks. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com. And we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show. How are you, Jeff? How you doing so far?
I'm doing good.
Covering after that whole internet meltdown. God bless AT&T. Shout out. Shout out AT&T. Well done this morning. All good. We're
Finding
back,
ways
though.
to win.
We are back, though.
Thanks for asking how I am.
Fish, one of these days you'll realize my fuck you. How about that?
All right, thank you.
Leave it at that, okay?
Thank you.
Great. Appreciate you, buddy.
You're very welcome.
Fish, I love you.
Jeff,
at least someone likes me here.
We all love you. Stop it.
Yeah,
You know
we
I'm teasing
do.
you.
They're
The
family.
3 Lions rookies that made the all-rookie team so far mid-season have been Kirby Joseph, who I was told is injured and is a bust, Malcolm Rodriguez, who has been very good from the start, and Aiden Hutchinson, who I was also told was a bust through 4 or 5 weeks in the season.
Yeah.
Not bad if you ask me, no?
And think about that. Two of those players, are past the second round.
Really?
Malcolm Rodriguez, 6th-round pick. Kirby Joseph, 3rd-round pick. Like, this shows Brad Holmes, for whatever flack anybody wants to give Brad Holmes, the fact of the matter is this man has provided you multiple starters through 2 drafts. And on top of that, yes, he hasn't been able to go out and spend tons of money. Yeah, he signed DJ Chark to a 1-year prove-it deal. He gave Charles Harris that 2-year contract. But other than that, and Brockers, of course, which, again, those guys at Vetoed, this offseason, you're going to have the ability to cut Vetoed, cut Brockers. But Brad Holmes, and it's funny that it all comes full circle. We talked about Matt Millen earlier and his ineptitude and what they've done up until Brad Holmes drafting, even with Bob Quinn. And Bob Quinn found some guys, Amani Warrior in the 5th round. He's not really trending in the right direction. But still, Brad Holmes, man, like this is what I took out of it. With Aiden Hutchinson, I was told, coming into, even before Dallas, Aiden, I've heard this term, Aiden's a bust, which is idiotic, to say the least, because through 5 games, the fact that people were willing to call somebody like Aiden, or call anybody for that matter, through 5 games a bust is ridiculous. But it's a great thing, Adam. This defense is very young. You have a lot of rookies playing significant snaps, and the fact that they've improved is all you want to see, right? They start off the season, and they're still pretty bad numbers-wise and rankings-wise, but the fact that they were able to turn it around, and Pascal, I think he'd be on this list as well if he played more of the season. But I got to give all the credit to Brad Holmes. His ability to find talent in the draft, you could check that off. I mean, the last 2 drafts he's done. Now, free agency, that stuff will all play out. Trading, you traded for Trinity Benson. Not really the best resume so far. But nobody can question his ability to find talent in the draft, Adam. Like, that stuff shouldn't even be a conversation anymore. And it's kind of funny that people still talk about it. Like Levi being a bust, even though you had no clue that Levi would have probably a career-ending back injury, is Brad's fault.
I mean, that's part of it. You're going to miss.
Right.
Look, you want to have some fun. Name me one team in the NFL right now you have been inspired by either A, their rebuild, or B, their contender status.
We always compare it to, you do Chargers.
You want to do the Los Angeles Chargers.
Chargers always have pretty solid drafts. Or the Bills. But yeah, we'll do the Chargers.
Let's do the Chargers draft history. And for every good player you'll find, I'll find a bust. We're not going to count this year, so we'll go back to last year. Yep. Sean Slater, 1st round, hit. But he's out for the year. Tore his bicep. That might derail his whole career. Who knows? Asante Samuel in the 2nd round, solid. Josh Palmer, solid. Year prior, Justin Herbert, 1st round, absolute hit. Oh, wait, in 2020, the Chargers did bust on a 1st round pick. You know who that was? Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. He's been a bust. He's been a bust. The year prior, Jerry Tillery. Solid. Good pick. I'm not going to crush it. Not a great hit either. And then the rest of the draft really was a bust in 2019. Derwin James, 1st round. Absolute hit. Everything else after that, okay. Happens every draft, every team. Every team goes through this. And this is the one thing as fans you guys need to do a better job of understanding is players round 1 to 7 will not all be hits. And there will be a year probably Brad Holmes misses on a 1st round pick. He hasn't yet. We'll see with Jameson Williams. We'll see with Aiden. But so far, it's been promising. But you will miss on a 1st round pick eventually. He will miss on a 2nd round pick. He already has with Levi. Okay. What else are you doing? And the area, Brad Holmes has 3 key decisions to make now. The first is, how well can he do in free agency now that he does have money to maneuver, right? He will be able to maneuver with the money he has. What can he do? The second decision, quarterback. Do not commit long-term to Jared Goff. I doubt Jared's here the next 3 years anyways. He will not finish out his contract. He's playing like garbage. Brad Holmes will have to get a quarterback. And then the head coach. The head coach goes out and wins 4 of the next 5 games, 6 of the next 9. You're probably feeling really good about Dan Campbell going into next year, so you don't have to worry about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what's happening here right now.
And you know what frustrates me too, as someone who obviously, as well as the Lions, watched a ton of Pistons games. And looking what Troy Weaver's done, when people say, well, you missed on Killian, number one, the NFL and the NBA draft is different in how you draft people, because the 7th pick in the NBA draft could be a solid role player. The 7th pick in the NFL draft could be a superstar. So it's different. But anyway, my point is, people like to bring up the Killian Hayes draft like he didn't find Sadiq and Isaiah Stewart, right? And they want to bring up that Levi pick as if you didn't find Ahmad Ra in the 4th round. So
Derek Barnes.
And Derek Barnes, a solid contributor. Like, I hate that. You want to take the totality of the draft, and so far Brad's done exactly what we ask of him, and that's find, what? 2 to 3 starters per draft, and he's done that.
He's doing his job. He needs to do better in free agency. I would agree. There are going to be some trades he's going to have to make, but at the end of the day, Brad Holmes is doing just fine so far. I haven't seen anything where I'm throwing in the red flag and saying, hey, this guy is a lunatic. He doesn't know what he's doing. Gives me the Bob Quinn vibes. None of that.
Like Quinn drafted Jelani Tavai. Let's not go there, all right? Decision like that would
you and Wen are spot on that one.
People actually like Brad drafted Jelani Tavai.
100%.
I mean, come on, dude.
100%. But Jared Goff will not be here, Detroit. I'm willing to put my life on it. He will not be here for the remainder of his contract. He will not. They will save the $25 million eventually, whether it's this offseason or the next. They will not sit there and pay a quarterback $30 million to either A, back up, or B, delay them drafting their franchise quarterback. That will not happen. So, let's take a break. When we get back, my best bets of the day, and really the weekend, we'll get to college football and the NFL. And then, of course, the Bears-Lions game. We'll give our final breakdown and predictions for the upcoming weekend, that and so much more. But before we do, I got to talk about Planet Fitness. Sign up today, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. Whether it is physical or mental, it is great to get to the gym. It is one of the most important activities you can do on a daily basis. So get to Planet Fitness in club or sign up today by visiting planetfitness.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Alta. Uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
And we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, 9:39, live, woodwardsports.com. Let's go to the people a little bit. Adam, did you hear anything about Goff being extended for 2 more years?
No, that is not.
Adam went to Last Chance broadcasting class. What is that? Or is that a joke?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I sense a joke in there.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, I don't know why that's the Goff being extended for 2 years. That's not
a reality.
No,
you know how far away that is? 2025 we're talking about.
Why would he extend him? Yeah, that makes no sense.
I've never understood the camp of the Lions can't re-sign Jared Goff. You know how far along that is from now? And they have the right to cut him and save a ton of money over the next 2 off seasons. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think that's a shot at the network and a shot at you.
Yep.
Thank you, 9 Drinks. Yes, Goff did get restructured so you could sign your rookie class.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't extend him anymore, make it a problem. All it did was remove some money, and now you can cut him for a $5 million hit and save $25 million.
Right, give him a little bit of money up front and save some money there.
Not the end of the world. All right, Jeff.
Oh gosh,
I sucked last week.
Every week, I don't. Have you had a winning week of more than 2
every
games?
week except last week.
Fish, didn't you say
Don't you ever learn to shut the fuck up? Or do you just continue to talk?
I continue to talk. I'm here. You know what to do if you don't want me.
You just talk out of your ass.
Do I?
Yes.
I mean, I don't
if you
think
would
I
shut
do,
the
but...
hell up, that would be great.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I look at the numbers.
Look at my
and
ass,
I
Fish,
see
and shut
facts.
up. That's what I want you to do.
Okay. I'm like Nero. I see numbers and facts.
Fish
Gotta
was
go by the
like
facts.
Neil
Fish,
Rule.
you are the furthest thing away from Neil Rule, buddy.
like Neil Rule, Fish was told.
Oh, God.
Well, I wasn't told. I looked at the numbers, and I compared the numbers to other people.
Oh, God.
Fish, you're a legend.
Pretty simple.
All right. So, here's what we're going to do.
Man, Fish is a legend.
All right, here are the 5 bets of the weekend. Like I always do, I give 2 major underdogs. It's what I look for. It's what I love the most, especially the home underdogs. But we'll start out in Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh hosting the New Orleans Saints. That is my first underdog of the weekend that I'm going to take. Plus 108 at home against the Saints. Give me the Steelers to beat the Saints on the money line.
Ooh.
The second game we're going to go is over 48.5 points between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Both defenses are absolutely god-awful. I expect the Lions to put up somewhere near 27, 28 points, and I expect the Bears to be very close to that as well. This game is going to hit the 50s for sure. The next game, probably the lock of the weekend for me, coming out of a bye week. Give me the Giants. Give me the 5.5 points. I think they win by more than a touchdown. The Texans are coming off a big win, or excuse me, really, I wouldn't say a big win. Sorry, excuse me, a big performance. They really hung around against Philly on Thursday night, but I think they're going to be outmatched by the Giants. Give me the Giants to win by more than a touchdown. Give me the 5.5 points. This is my lock of the weekend. This is my lock of the weekend. This is the you have nothing to lose bet this weekend. 2.5 points, Tennessee at home against Denver. Denver's offense will be non-existent against Tennessee. Derrick Henry will continue to do what he's done all year, and that's run the football effectively. The Titans will find a way to beat not only it's the woolly Denver Broncos. I'm not worried about Denver. Give me the 2.5 points on Denver. And then the last one. The last one of the weekend. They have been doubted. They have been kicked to the curb. And they have sucked, and rightfully so, they have sucked, and they are underdogs at home this week. Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys will not go to Lambeau Field and win.
Ooh.
Give me the Packers home money line, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers plus 164. I do this every week. I give you 2 dogs. They're typically at home. Pittsburgh plus 108, and the Green Bay Packers plus 164. I love the line. $100, you win $164. It's a great bet. I love it. That is my go-to bet of the weekend, along with the Tennessee points. So to recap, Packers money line is underdogs, Tennessee in the points, Pittsburgh money line at home, underdogs, Giants in the points, Lions, Bears over. Those are the bets for the weekend. Good luck to everybody. Enjoy. Hope you make a ton of money. Jeff, Bears, Lions. Walk me through the game. Give me your final score.
Well, we're in lockstep with one of your bets. I do think the over is the way to go facing the Bears. I think the Lions offense is going to be able to respond. This defense for the Bears has been broken down and traded away. Roquan and now along with Robert Quinn. And I do think the Bears are going to score a lot of points. So I'm with you on the over. This is where I struggle, though, because early in the season I thought the Lions would split with the Bears. That was always my prediction. But I figured they'd split. Each team would win their game at home. So, in that direction, I'm going to go with the Bears. I think the Bears beat the Lions. I do think it's close, though. I think they have the Bears -3, and I have them just at that number. I know 80% of the money right now is on 2.5 Chicago. I'm going to go Bears win 27-24. I think Justin Fields, as much as the plan is to contain him, it's going to be harder. It's going to be much harder said than done. And I think Justin Fields, although I don't think he's going to throw for 250, 300 yards, I do think the Bears do enough to win this game today. Or
really?
On Sunday, excuse me, yes. I'm going to go Bears win. I do think the Lions beat the Bears at Ford Field, but at Soldier Field, I'm going to go Bears win 27-24.
Wow. Okay. So I appreciate you. You took the over. Thank you. God bless you. Jesse, I'll go to Jesse real quick. Do you like the Vikings money line at Buffalo? I do not. Even if Josh Allen doesn't play, Case Keenum is a more than capable backup quarterback.
Played with Diggs, too.
He is
Played
the
with Diggs.
ideal backup quarterback. He does have the connection with Diggs. I guess the concern is, can the Buffalo Bills compensate for the lack of running that they'll have because Josh Allen won't be there? We'll have to wait and see, but it's not a money line I would trust. I would trust McDermott and the Bills in that one, especially at home. Here's where I'm at, Jeff. This was a tough game for me to call. I'm going to go 31-28.
Oh, field goal again. We both agree
Field
there.
goal game.
Field goal game.
31-28. The Chicago Bears lose at home, and Dan Campbell gets his first road win. I'm going to go with the Lions here. I think the Lions offensively will have one of their better games, very reminiscent of what they did the first 2, 3, 4 weeks of the season. I think they'll walk up and down the field on Chicago. I think that is what will keep them in the game. They will struggle against Justin Fields, but they will do enough where at the end of the game, Fields is going to have to beat you with his arm. And I don't think he will. Give me the Lions 31-28.
That's fair. My one fear is the secondary for Chicago and Goff taking care of the football. I mean, you have Eddie Jackson, who's having a phenomenal year. 4 picks through 8 games. Jalen Johnson. They have good corners. Kyler Gordon. Jaquan Brisker, not to mention him. The big narrative on Sunday to pay attention to, and this is what makes me a little eerie of who I pick, is Goff taking care of the football. Like, I can see Goff going back to throwing a pick 6 against the Bears. I really can. I mean, they have dudes in that secondary. Now, trading away Roquan, trading away Robert Quinn, the defensive line, I don't think they're going to get to Jared Goff. So you're hoping in a clean pocket, Jared can have an efficient game and take care of the football. But in reality, they are on the road. And the Lions have not given me confidence to pick them on the road. Although you think eventually they're going to have to win one, and this very well might be the game they win. I'm going to lean Bears. I am. I'm going to stick with my gut. I think the Lions beat the Bears later in the year at home, but right now, I have no problem with you picking. We both agree it's going to be a close game, but it's going to come down to, can you contain Justin Fields? And I just don't have confidence in that. And it's not because the Lions, it's not any discredit to what the Lions defense is, but it's the reality of Justin Fields. The guy's he's a hell of a runner, so we'll see what they can do.
All right, well, let's take a break. When we get back, everybody over in the Woodward Sports Chat, get your comments in the chat and questions, and we will answer them coming up in just a bit. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Frog.
Well, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Big Frog, because you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print one out for you on the spot. So go to Big Frog in Novi today, get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Right, are you looking to head down for the Thanksgiving Day game? Well, we're giving away front row tickets. All you have to do is tag 3 of your friends and make sure they're all following, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram, and you will enter for your chance to win. Retweet, share the post, tag 3 friends, make sure they're all following, and you will be eligible to win a total of 4 front row tickets. So you and your 3 best friends. Westfall, I would never invite you, Fish. I would take Jeff, though. So having said that, this awesome giveaway is brought to you by our good friends over at Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
I mean, I'm happy I was mentioned.
Adam, can I start with this question?
Yeah.
Derek Brown. Adam, who's your favorite porn star?
Oh, that's a great question. Too bad I'm not going to answer that one.
That's a good question.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Adam, who's your favorite new
OJ
kid?
Mudbone, by the way.
Is it Donnie? I bet it's Donnie. What is that?
What?
New kid.
Who?
Who's my favorite new kid?
Wait, what?
I don't know what that means. Something I found
Do
interesting
you have a
about
secret
this-
son? Or
the hell if I know.
I don't know. Okay, go on. What do we
The
got?
hell if I know. Mailbag, you guys are going to watch the Cowboys and Giants game on Turkey Day. I'm watching every football game on Turkey Day.
Oh, yeah. Give me it all.
That's all I do, is watch football, consume food at a non-healthy
Hey,
level.
you gotta watch the other football too.
Shut the fuck up, Fish.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
I mean, you won't be saying that on the day, but
Oh,
okay.
we're talking about New Kids on the Block. Man, that went over our heads.
What's New Kids on the Block?
Are you joking?
Oh
no,
my
Adam.
goodness.
Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not joking.
No, you are.
I'm not.
There's no way.
Let's end the show, everybody.
There's
Have a
no
good
way.
Weekend.
That's your homework
Even
assignment.
I
What is
know
it, a
what
movie?
it is.
What? Adam, I'm younger than you, and I know New Kids on the Block. Why? have
Westfall,
I have
you
older
wanna
brothers,
comment?
but- Okay, you know what? We'll move past. Jesse Adams, Jeff. Here's a little parlay
It's a
for
group?
you.
Oh, what? Like a music group?
Yeah.
Yes, you dingbat. Jesus.
Well, I don't know them.
Oh. Everyone knows them.
This.
All right, what's their like,
Everyone.
famous song? What is it?
I mean, I wouldn't know that, but
Yeah,
we
so
at least
fuck all of you if you don't know it.
we at least heard of them, though. We at least know what they are, who they are.
God.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not bumping New Kids on the Block, but I know who they are.
Yeah,
So
we're not. I'm not bumping into them, but we know what they are. They're a music band. Do you know who BTS is?
No.
There we go.
What? Backstreet Boys?
No. No. No.
What's BTS, buddy? I don't know.
It's a Korean music band. They're very popular.
No, I don't know them.
They actually broke up a few months ago.
Oh, good for them.
All right.
Good for them.
Let's leave this parlay. Jesse Adams, Mailbag. Here's a little parlay for on Saturday for the fights. Poirier, Meatball, Weili, Izzy. Do you like it? I love it,
That's a
Jesse.
good parlay.
Honestly, I might jump on that bandwagon with you. And tune into the heavyweights, by the way, 5 to 7. Me and Izzy will be covering UFC, covering a lot of things. Lions, Pistons. Tune in, man. It'll be a great show. We'll have a lot of fun. We're having some guests on too from the MMA community, so be sure to tune into that. Rack says, Jeff Adam, would you consider signing Verlander if he came cheaper than $25 million a year? Adam,
I
start
would
with
pay
you.
anything to have Verlander here.
I would
so
love
I could
it.
care less. But
I
he's
would love
looking
it.
for a 2-year, $45 million deal. So we'll see. I doubt he comes here, though. Adam's trolling. He probably listens to BTS on the way home. I don't know what
See?
BTS is. I really don't. If you guys want to go through my playlist, I will show you it right now.
What even is your playlist? What's your?
I'm going to read it off for you right now.
Do you have a genre of music?
I'm going to name you the first 5 artists that show up on my playlist. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
All right, Migos.
Okay.
Jay-Z.
Wait, that's
Okay.
you have Migos on your playlist?
Yeah.
I rock
All
with
right,
I
anyways,
rock
Migos,
with
Jay-Z,
you. I rock with you, Adam.
Tupac, 50 Cent, and
Okay.
Eminem. Those are the first 5 that show up. And then
Okay.
if I scroll down, it's Drake, let's see, Lil Baby, more
hold on,
Eminem and
rap.
Jay-Z, Future.
Westfall, you want to comment on that?
Let's see. That's it. That's really, that's about
Wow.
it. Those are the
Adam,
main
you
6.
rap.
Adam.
Okay.
Those are the main 6 ones on Spotify
Adam,
right now.
Adam,
I can respect it.
Yeah,
mess with you.
heavy on the rap.
I love you.
Yeah.
But your playlist,
How
man,
am I supposed to know BTS?
I don't know BTS. I'll tell you. I'm gonna
And
be
what?
honest with you.
New Boy? New Boys on the Block? New Kids on the Block?
New
Whatever
Kids
it's
on the
called?
Block. Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid.
I'm supposed to know that. Kiss my
Yeah,
ass.
you are supposed to know that.
Kiss my ass. Do you guys think the Lions should move Okuda to nickel and have Kirby and Walker next year as safety? Second question. Do they go out and get a corner in the draft or free agency? Jesse, I'm going to say they go in free agency. I think they're going to look for a veteran guy that can come and be the adult in the room in the secondary. Tracy Walker as well. Tracy Walker next year with Kirby Joseph is everything you envisioned when they drafted Kirby. A ball hawk, a guy that can force turnovers. That's what you wanted. Okuda, I'm not sure what to do with. I'm really not. He does an excellent job stopping the run. He's one of, if not your best open field tackler. Pass coverage, not so great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at him being the number 3 overall pick anymore. I'm just looking at what I need him to do. You need him to be a cover corner. We got a Jets fan in here somewhere in the chat. You can go ask him about Sauce Gardner. That's what a shutdown corner looks like. That's what a number 3 overall pick looks like. Well, I think Sauce went 4, actually. But you get my point. A top 5 corner, when you draft them, a Ramsey, a Sauce Gardner, that's what they look like.
You can make an argument Sauce is one of the best corners. Already. It's ridiculous.
Patrick Surtain went in the top 10, I believe, a few years ago.
Yep. And by the way, to answer the question, or just to put some context behind it, the Eagles have 2 free agents this offseason, and we'll talk about it. It's too early for this.
Well, Bradbury and
Gardner Johnson. Pay attention to those 2 players.
We'll see. I mean, those are guys, depending on the success Philly have, either A, re-sign, or B, are looking to go to a contender, but you never know. You never know. What else
do you think
we got?
Justin? Oh, we already answered this one. Do you think Justin Verlander? Yes, I don't know if he'll come back, but we both said we'd love.
I'd love to have
Verlander.
JV back.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
We love Verlander back. All right, what do we got?
Let's see. 98 Degrees Nerd. Adam was probably a 98 Degrees Nerd. What is that? I'm assuming a music band, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when, like the 90s, 80s?
It's a pop group. 98 Degrees.
I knew.
I'm surprised I know more.
I knew when I was growing up, it was Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Eminem, Backstreet Boys.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Some Madonna.
Okay.
Yep, Madonna.
Who else?
It's easy for me because I got a lot of siblings.
Snoop Dogg for sure.
Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre, yeah, but not really. Not much. Gosh, who else grown up? I'm missing a few. Oh my God, Outkast.
Outkast, baby!
Outkast was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was my music growing up.
Okay,
Who's
respectable.
Adam's favorite rap artist of all time? That is so hard. Gosh, man, can I give you my 5? Can I give you my top 5? Is that acceptable? Because I can't give you one.
Give me it.
Because I gotta have Eminem in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Eminem, Tupac, Jay-Z, Biggie, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Those are the 5.
I actually respect that. See, Adam, man.
Those are the 5.
Dude.
Those are my 5.
I love this guy, man. I love
Those
this
are my
guy.
5. And I'm still missing Andre 3000. I'm missing.
Still plenty of them.
I'm
Kendrick
missing
Lamar.
Kendrick
You got a lot
Lamar.
of
I'm missing
them,
a lot
yeah.
of guys. So
definitely.
I'm not even 32. No, I'm actually 28. Just FYI. Nelly, nah, I wasn't much of a Nelly guy. Black Album or Blueprint 2, 100% Black Album.
Mm-hmm.
Black Album
I'm
was
with you there.
amazing. Public service announcement has to be one of the coldest intros for any album ever. We got a few more minutes. Adam is a big Pop Smoke guy. Isn't he dead? My wife loves Pop Smoke.
No.
Yeah.
I got it. Yo.
Yeah. I caught on after he passed away. I hear a little bit of him. It's not like my
Your
go-to.
wife is out there, like you'll come home, she'll just be bumping Pop Smoke.
Yeah. My
Bobbing
wife is
her
all
head.
over it. Yeah.
Dude, your wife passed the vibe check, dude. She's a G. She's a G.
Oh God. 50 Cent. I can't miss out on 50 Cent. 50 Cent was amazing.
50. Yay.
I don't
Yay
want to call him
deserves to be up there.
oh God, Kanye.
He's a little cuckoo now, but
He's cuckoo now, but his music was
no doubt.
epic back in the day.
No doubt.
You can't deny his music. Wu-Tang or Tribe, I'd go Wu-Tang. But I think that's like too far back for me.
Michael asked before we go, did you take the over at the beginning of the season wins? Yes, we did.
What is it?
Did we take the over on the Lions before the season? Yes, because you expected improvement. We'll see if they can get there.
Adam, have you heard NF from Galdwin, Michigan? NF, is that the white dude? Is he white? He's white. I think I've heard of him.
He is white.
Yeah, so I think I have. I don't listen to him much, but I have heard of him. All right, guys, that's it for today's show. You all,
Oh boy.
enjoy your weekend.
You might not make it to Monday.
Probably not. You all enjoy your weekend. College football, a lot of great games on Saturday.
Super.
Lions Sunday. Check out the Lions pregame show on Sunday, of course, with myself and Mads. Maybe I'm there, maybe I'm not. You all have a great rest of your day.
Saturday and Sunday we'll be here.
Enjoy your weekend. We're out. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Have a good weekend. Big World Cup Finals weekend. Go watch it. How do you not?